We have to talk about the elephant in the room, ladies and gentlemen. Tobias Harris. We have to talk about the elephant in the room, Tobias Harris. He gave you 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. But listen, the number 1 and the number 2 in this game was Kelly Oubre and Joel Embiid. Let's call it what it is. And that's still crazy to say because Kelly Oubre was a minimum signing at the end of this season. But the number 1 and the number 2 in this game, without Tyrese Maxey, was Joel Embiid off of surgery, winded as hell, tired, holding his knees at the free throw line, and vet minimum Kelly Oubre. And in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, when things got dicey, Kelly Oubre back-to-back threes, Kelly Oubre attacking the rim, Joel Embiid spin moves, Joel Embiid jumpers. Very late in the game, Joel kicks the ball out of a double team. Tobias Harris, wide open jumper inside the free throw line. I'm talking a 13-foot jump shot. Air ball. Offensive rebound. Kicks back out to Tobias Harris at the three-point line. Wide open. Air ball. Tobias, I swear to God, I'm trying not to slander you every game. You just keep giving me material, bro. It's almost like you want me to slander you every game. You're like, oh, I got to give Eastwood something to talk about. Every game you do something that blows my mind for a max contract player. A couple of games ago, it was a wide open alley-oop that you tried to lay in like you were dunking a ball in a quiet house and you were trying not to wake everybody up. And you missed it. You would have to try on purpose to miss a shot like that when you're 6'8". That was a couple games ago. Today, you're like, I got to give Eastwood something else. Crunch time? 2 wide open air balls, bro. Joel Ramos, hey, bro, you're recording this with your dad's flip phone. Boo. Boo, Joel, for not knowing the story. Boo's in the chat. Boo's in the chat for Ramos for not knowing the story, bro. I've been up here for weeks telling you what the deal is, and you come along and you don't know the story. And now, look, you got booed in the chat. Tobias Harris gave me more material, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. With the lineups late in the game, Nick Nurse has to decide who should be on the floor based on who's playing the best, based on who's contributing the most, right? Especially without Tyrese Maxey. So I was saying in maybe the second or third quarter, Kelly Oubre has to be in at the end of this game. You can't have him on the bench in the fourth quarter of this game. But Tobias Harris is still immune from that. Tobias Harris he still has lifetime bench immunity. And so you have to run this closing lineup of Kyle Lowry, Joel Embiid, Kelly Oubre, Tobias Harris, and Nicholas Batum it was? So it's Kyle Lowry out there with no shooting guard because Tobias Harris has to be in the closing lineup. He has to be. It's the rules now. We've accepted that now. It's the rules. Tobias Harris has to be in the closing lineup. But for him to be in the closing lineup and shoot back-to-back air balls in crunch time just blows my mind, bro. Just another wild situation that makes me I can't understand why this is still happening 5 years in. A couple of nice plays from Oubre, running a two-man game with Joel. You know, it looked like that was what we were going to go through in the fourth quarter, and we just ran a couple of Tobias Harris plays, man. We're like, hold on a second. Hold on, we got to get a playoff for Tobias. Get him on the block. Let him back somebody down. Turn around, fadeaway, shank off the rim, air balls, whatever. But all I can hope is that in the playoffs, he's just a role player. I just don't want them to force it to Tobias Harris because they feel like they have to. It's ridiculous at this point. Tyrese Maxey, Kyle Lowry, Kelly Oubre, probably Tobias and Joel. I can't imagine Kelly Oubre not being in the closing lineups in the playoffs. If there's a fourth quarter that Kelly Oubre is not in the closing lineup, it's all politics. But there's my little Tobias Harris rant. I don't want to do it every game, but he just keeps giving me reasons to. And he's immune from from being taken out of the game in the end of the game. I mean, he's immune from it, man. I don't know what to say. The referees were hating, man. Tony Brothers, man. Come on, bro. Joel Embiid fresh off of surgery. First quarter. First play that he makes. A little spin to the rim. A little maybe a tiny elbow. And you call a charge? You hater, man. Tony Brothers like that kid that found the high school party and told someone's parents. Just wants to ruin all the fun. You know what I mean, man? Come on, man. The Thunder were playing without SGA and Jalen Williams. Chet Holmgren, as a rookie, is great. And yeah, he's 7'4", 110 pounds, but he plays with a ton of heart and a ton of physicality for his frame. And he's fun to watch. He's going to be fun to watch for a long time. Shout out to Chet Holmgren, man. I was saying that OKC should stay away from him in the draft because of the injury potential of somebody built like that, and then he broke his foot in a summer game, right before his rookie season. But Chet Holmgren was giving us work, man. And Isaiah Joe, for most of the game, was giving us a little bit of work. Chet Holmgren, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks. Isaiah Joe had 14 points. He was 4 for 11 from 3. He cooled off in the fourth quarter. First half of the game, he was hot. It was looking like, oh my God, Isaiah Joe. You couldn't write a more perfect story than this. Joel comes back from injury, and Isaiah Joe, the player that Daryl Morey let walk for nothing because Doc Rivers hated him, kills us, but he didn't. He didn't. Josh Giddey, 10 points, 3 assists. Man, bad game for Giddey and a game-costing turnover trying to cross over Joel Embiid. Yeah,